Hello, everybody. And Kim didn't say it.
I'm sorry. Hello.
It's all fucked up.
It looks.
It's fucked up. It's because it's got to be.
Well, maybe we can fix it.
No, we just need a bigger one. That's what she said. Oh, well, it does help to turn it too. No, we just need a bigger one. Oh, well, we'll make it work for the next few weeks until we get a bigger one.
Okay.
We'll make a bigger one. I'll get a fucking bigger one.
Yes.
That way you have something bigger.
Yes. Yours is just fine.
Hello, everybody. How are we all doing this fine Tuesday evening? Hope everybody's doing good. Hope everybody's safe and not sick. We're doing really good.
Yes, we are.
Right?
Right.
You got a lot of shit coming up.
I got a lot going on right now.
You got a lot going on anyway, so we'll use that one for now, and then we'll change a little bit. I love how it's making the TV all fucked up back there. I love it.
I know.
The TV's not even green.
I know it's not.
It kind of looks interesting, like back there, like we purposely did that on purpose.
Yeah, I know.
Kind of like that. Anyways, all right, fucking cool. Should we get on the other side of this?
Yeah. Hello, Nicole.
Hey, Nicole. Shanti's in the General Shinobi's in the chat.
Luna Girl's in the chat.
Dom's in the chat.
I noticed Don
Don's
was in chat.
Yeah. We all here. All righty. Let's go ahead and get on. Let's get this party started. Since I find all the buttons again. And again, we want to give a shout out to Alan on this one. So thanks again, Alan.
Yes.
Welcome to Using the Views. I'm Scott.
I'm Kim.
And this is episode 143, Titanic.
The 1997 film.
Which will, in December this year, celebrate its 25th anniversary.
Yeah.
But it's only been 25 fucking years.
I know.
I mean, I know we're doing a little early. We're a little 11 months early. So at this point, they're still probably doing
a lot of filming.
Well, no, we're probably doing a lot of post-production, maybe some second unit stuff.
Yeah.
But most of the main film was already done by this time.
Yeah.
You know, now they're doing the editing and all that crap and you know, whatever other shit they got to do.
Oh, yeah.
But anyways, how are we doing, Kim?
I'm doing good.
We're good. Should we call off the chat?
Sure.
I mean, we just called them out before we start, but let's go ahead and call them out again. We got Don from at the Escape Pod.
B1.
General Shinobi. Luna Girl. Tom Jensen. Nicole. A BYT in the house. Backyard TARDIS. Oh, we got a few friends here tonight.
Yes, we do.
Welcome.
And just like General Shinobi said, I asked for ice in my drink, not an iceberg on in my ship.
Well, you know, if they would just use 3 letters and got rid of the rest of it, the motherfucker probably wouldn't sink.
Yeah, I know.
Sorry if I offend anybody, but tits don't sink.
I know.
Just saying. Anyways. Hey, there's Mikey.
Hi, Mikey.
Anyways, we got going. Wait, I guess we got to do business.
Yes.
You like doing business.
Yes, we like to do business first.
No, Kimberly likes to do business first.
Well,
I usually forget about it and then we go back to it. Which on this end here, we're gonna have to pause this for a minute because I do gotta apologize to our patrons. So let's go ahead and we'll thank them first, and then I know, okay, I dropped the ball. But I'm going to ask for a little help this week.
Okay.
So let's get there.
Thank you to our Patreons, Luna Girl and Dragon Buddy, Don Delisnooch Solsky, Brady Big Lovin', Hannah, Mikey, Brinley, and Case.
If you want to join our Patreon, go to patreon.com/usedabusedpod. Now, this is where I'm going to pump the brakes or sidebar this sucker real quick. On Patreon, up through episode 2, I only did 2 episodes. I was doing really good at making sure I was recording what my thoughts were of Book of Boba. Then I meant to do episode 3, and then we got busy. And then episode 4 came out. I thought, okay, cool. I'll just do them back to, doing the same show. We got busy again. Then I got sick over the weekend.
Yes, you did.
And so here we are. Now it's friggin' day before chapter 5. It's like, holy crap, now I got to recover 3 episodes. But I was wondering is one of our because pretty much it's going to be one of these things where we probably have to do it early in the morning on Thursday.
Okay.
Where if anybody wants to join me to cover these 3 episodes and give their opinion and whatnot, let me know. I'll shoot you a link. It's not going to be, it won't be live. It'll be just a recorded video that eventually that will get loaded up to Patreon, and it's only in our Patreon for our patrons.
Yes.
And of course, so that means covering episode 3, 4, and 5.
Yes.
I mean, I got a few things I need to say about 3
that
I didn't like.
Okay.
And then I don't want to give too much away, but then we cover 4, and then of course the newest one, 5, which then leaves us with 2 episodes to go.
Yes, and yeah.
And then once the show is done, then about a week after it's done, we will come on here on the podcast itself.
Yes.
And do our take together, because no one knows really what your opinion of Book of Boba has been.
No.
We're kind of keeping your critique of Boba.
Yes.
Hush.
That's right.
But anyways, if anybody wants to join me on Thursday, like I said, it's gonna probably be somewhat early morning for me. Earlier morning because I'll run by with whatever time someone's got on the East Coast, just because I know everybody's got a lot of shit to do.
Okay.
But if anybody wants to join me for a kind of a one-on-one chat where we go over episode 3, 4, and 5 Book of Boba, reach out to me. You guys know where the DMs are. You can DM me, let me know. We can set up a time. And like I said, we'll just record it on StreamYard, and then I'll just take it from there and download it and put it up on Patreon for our Patreon only people. And at that point there, I don't know, maybe just as Book of Boba season 2 comes out, maybe I'll drop those episodes on the YouTubes finally almost a year later.
Okay.
Anyways, let's move on. Kim, we're moving on.
Search for Used and Abused Pod today on all your favorite podcast apps, including Apple, Google, Audible, Amazon Music, Spotify, iHeart Radio, and more.
Speaking of which, if you use Apple or Audible, you can actually leave us a review, a 1-star, 2-star, 3-star, 4-star, preferably 5-star. But you can leave us a review, and we will read it live on the show. The last one we had was from his Cowgirl, which was on Apple October of last year. So yeah, if you wanted to shoot that out, go ahead and leave us a message and leave us a review, and we'll read it live on the show.
Yes.
Once we got it.
Yes.
We are a proud member of the Red5 Network. Go to red5network.com to find more exciting podcasts. Also, there's a bio.linkThe. I can remember it.
There's a bio link in
at the top of go to on Twitter. You'll see at the Red5 Network. Also down here in the description of our show, you'll see where it says bio link. You click on that, and it will take you to all 34 shows. I believe now we do have 34 shows now.
I know. We got a new one. Yes.
And it's called After the Weekend.
It's on here.
I know, but they're on YouTube too. So I mean,
yes.
Give them a follow, subscribe to them on YouTube. Obviously, if you subscribe on YouTube, subscribe is just free. You ain't got to pay nothing. I think YouTube's about the only one now that's kind of still got the subscribe button.
Yeah.
Where everyone else has kind of got the follow button now.
Yeah, exactly.
Apple Podcasts now has follow instead of subscribe.
Yep.
Anyways, you want to read off this list of the Red 5 Network?
Yes.
Go for it.
A Star Wars Journey with Ashley and Brandy, After the Weekend, Around the Ring, ATSW Escape Pod, Blue Milk Cafe.
You know it's ATSW the Escape Pod, right?
It just says, oh, sorry. I'm just reading as it says here.
I know, you're reading what's on that list.
Blue Milk Cafe, Chats with Chewy. I know. Chats with Chewy, Conversations, Croissant Radio Underground, Dork Wars, Extra Star Wars, Force of Light Entertainment, From a Certain Point of View, Galaxy of Queers, Jedi Temple Archives Podcast, Mighty Marvel Geeks, Pizza and Parsecs, Pod Wars, Press Play Streaming Studios, Rogue One Radio, Salty Nerd, Sarlacc Digest, Gareth Scuttlebutt, Star Wars and Beyond, the Conversations, The Lore Be With You, the Science Fictionary, the Sidebar Cantina, the Snapcast, A Course Used and Abused Pod, War of the Stars, We Be Geeks, WSTR Galactic Public Access, and Wookiee Radio.
Oh, you have such a problem with Conversations every week.
No, it's this one right here.
That's the Convergence.
Yeah, the Convergence.
How the hell you have a problem with Convergence?
Sorry. It's called.
I wasn't looking at the list, so I didn't know where you were at, so that was my fault. So yeah, the Convergence. That's
Convergence.
That's with 97 Bravo.
Okay, so that's the Red 5 family.
I'm looking at something here, and I'm like freaking have lost it.
Okay.
So as soon as I find it. Because while we're talking about the Red 5 Network, we're going to talk about what's on later tonight.
Yes.
At 8 p.m. Eastern, Rogue One Radio will be covering Chapter 4 of the Book of Boba, The Gathering Storm. And at 9 p.m. Eastern, Galaxy of Queers will be doing the 1984 flick, The Last Starfighter, which, oh my God, I've not seen that movie forever. That was one of those movies where if it fucking came on, regardless if it was summer.
Yeah.
Or whenever it came on, even if it came on, like when I was a kid, came on regular TV, I was dropping everything and fucking watching that motherfucker.
Oh, yeah.
Anyways, they will be, Galaxy Queers will have special guest Dragon Buddy.
Yes.
From ATSW, the Escape Pod.
Yes.
And that, again, is 9 p.m. Eastern tonight.
I agree. I agree, Dragon Buddy. It's still good today.
Exactly. I just haven't watched it forever. I need to go watch it. You can check out the Cantina family, and that includes the Sidebar Cantina and the Escape Pod on YouTube and your favorite podcast apps. Sidebar Cantina just did episodes 3 and 4 of the Book of Boba.
Yes.
Shit. I usually know what
the
See, does Kim know what the Escape Pods do?
Yes, I do, but I can't remember.
See how unprepared we are for half this shit? This is what happens when you fucking rushing around and try to do things. Oh, Lord. The Explorers.
Yeah.
Space Camp.
Yeah.
That's right. Twoper tomorrow. They're doing a twoper.
Yes, Space Camp. Space Camp. So funny.
Yeah.
I liked it.
Okay. I'll admit I did like it back in the 80s.
Yeah.
I haven't seen it since, so.
Well, the only reason why I seen his mom was in a video club, and that was one of the movies that we wore out. It was a VHS tape. We wore it out.
Fuck, right? Remember those times, man? Fucking buy a VHS movie or even record them off fucking like the HBO or something. And then you watch it over and over, and all of a sudden the motherfucker starts tracking like a motherfucker, and all of a sudden. And back in the original days of VCRs, you had to track that cocksucker yourself.
Yeah, you did.
And then when they got the auto track, and sometimes they just never track back in, like, fuck.
No.
God, I gotta go buy another copy, or if it was, I think that's why, like, with like my original trilogy, when I finally got it on VHS, I fucking didn't play. I play it like once in a while.
Yeah.
I would still go to the rental place and rent one instead of play my personal copy.
Oh yeah. I know.
All right, we gotta get this. We gotta get moving on here. Check out the Orange and Fit Show on Spotify. Which they just did the episode on Jag.
Yes, and it says, Tom also put in the chat here, new part of the Orange and Fett Show is where I talk about books I've read, the Book of Boba Fett.
Nice. Cool. And also, like I said, you can find them on Spotify. Go check them out.
Yes.
Also, check out Sweet Studios, Big Sweet's Excellent Adventure, and Tactical Sweet only on YouTube. And Sweet is fucking hella busy with Sweet Studios.
Yes, he is.
I can't imagine what the hell he's going to pull out next. I mean, honestly, I think when it comes down to it, I would like, if I had to choose, like, have him do something, right? I wouldn't mind seeing him take like Frank Sinatra's My Way.
Oh yeah.
And just give it a little bit of a crunch
to it, yeah.
A little kind of metal or even like an alternative
sound to
it.
Yeah.
I would kind of like that.
Yeah. Don't forget to smash the like button. And if you are new to the channel, click subscribe and then click the bell to be notified when we go live.
Sorry, Kim, I clicked the button too quick.
That's okay. You can find Used and Abused Pod on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter.
You can email us at usedandabusedpod@gmail.com. Again, that and is spelled out A-N-D.
Our website is usedabusedpod.com, all lowercase. There you can find links to all of our episodes, link to our YouTube videos, especially replays of our live shows, link to our merch store, and link to our Patreon under the donate button.
You can also leave us a message and click that subscribe to be notified. Again, the subscribe button is you're subscribing. It doesn't mean you're paying for anything, but you can be notified by email when a new audio
only episode becomes available.
Jesus Christ. Go to tpublic.com and search for Used Abused Pod, all lowercase, all together. For our merch store, there are t-shirts, tank tops, hoodies, face masks, onesies, coffee mugs, and etc.
Yes, we got to get a new design up there too.
I know you do. As a reminder, all links are in the show notes and pinned to the top of our Twitter page. And now we get to have a little fun.
Yes, we do.
Because something's coming up for a certain somebody.
Yes, it is.
But we're going to do this. I've actually made a little ad for her. So let's go ahead and play the ad real quick and then we'll get going. Okay.
All right.
So here, Kimberly, this is the first time you're hearing this ad. Matter of fact, here, let me go ahead and give you the
headphones.
Cans.
Okay.
Let you freaking put them on so you can hear it. Hear the full thing because I did this earlier this morning. So you've not heard this.
No.
Or at least all of it put together. So here we go. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
You sure?
I'm sure.
Mark your calendar and invite a friend or two. Get ready to learn recipes and tips to make meals that'll fill your lifestyle with some of Pampered Chef's best products. Don't miss out on the fun coming Friday, January 28th. New launch party for Pampered Chef for Kimberly. Copy the website off your screen. And also look down in the description for the link to Kimberly's launch party for Pampered Chef this Friday, January 28th.
And there we go. So the website right back up there. What'd you think?
I like it.
Anyway, so this Friday, January 28th, Kim is doing her launch party for Pampered Chef.
Yes.
Again, that link is right now down at the bottom of the show or at the screen. Also, for those audio listeners, obviously you're getting this episode on Friday. So everybody's got until October 4th to go and order in October. Oh my God.
February 4th.
Thank you. Fuck. Yeah, let's just end. Okay. All right. We're just going to jump all the months and get to October already.
Oh, please, no. No.
Fuck it. I'm ready to move forward. Let's just go to October.
No.
Get Halloween put up and
no.
Let's just go.
No.
Anyways.
Please, no.
This Friday, January 28th, Kim will be doing her Pampered Chef launch party.
I am. And it's a virtual party. It's all on Facebook. Also.
And here's the thing. If you don't have Facebook, all you have to do is go to this website right there.
And it gets you into the products.
Right. And again, like I said, you go down in the description, right at the top of our description of the show, or right below where it says on this episode, you'll find the link. You can click it. You can order starting now.
Yes.
And you got until October 4th.
February 4th.
I want this fucking year over. See, I want to skip my fucking birthday.
I know, February 4th. Also, if you follow me on Twitter, it's also been tweeted too. The website's been tweeted on my Twitter
and
page.
she'll tweet it a little bit more.
Yeah,
But
I'll
anyways.
tweet it a little bit more.
All right, enough of your fucking promotions.
Yes, dear.
Back to
Can I
back to
get
the
my
show.
phone now?
Oh, you want your phone?
Well, yeah, I gotta give me.
Oh Lord. Oh, sorry. Anyways, try to think. Is there anything else we got?
No,
Yes, no, maybe.
no.
Oh, I know what I want to talk about real quick.
Go.
It's a little sports news
Oh yeah.
that the FIA, which is the governing body over Formula One, they have come out and stated that they will not be deciding upon what happened at the end or the final race of the season last year at Abu Dhabi. They will not be deciding upon it until like a week to 2 weeks before the start of the season.
Yeah.
So I think they're calling Lewis Hamilton's bluff. Because
Oh.
according to Total Wolf of Mercedes, Lewis will not come back until he hears what their
What their decision is.
decision is. So unfortunately about that is by that time, if he don't have his seat fitted or whatnot and all this good stuff, he may not have a car for the first race of the season.
Yeah, because they're doing new
So,
cars this year.
If he really is contemplating whether or not coming back to go for an 8th title, which would be a
Record breaker.
record breaker, thank you. You know, he just needs to leave and let someone else come up, you know. But anyway, so yep. The FIA said they're not gonna say shit about it until about 1 to 2 weeks before the start of the season.
I honestly think they've already made a decision. They're just not going to let anybody know.
I agree. Well, of course they did. They're calling the bluff of Mercedes and
Yeah.
Lewis Hamilton.
Yeah, they are.
I mean, it's getting a little political. I mean, and that's all on the new president of the FIA.
Yes, it
But
is.
anyways, other than that, we got anything else?
Nope.
Anything else? No, not that I know of.
No.
All right, let's get into Titanic.
Yes. Let's do.
So, I guess first thing is 1997 came out in December of 97. I guess the first question, Kim, would be did you see this movie in the theater?
Yes, I did, actually. I believe.
And by the way, it was released in the United States December 19th, 1997.
Yes, I did see it because I believe it was what I chose to. It was around my birthday.
Right, 2 days after your birthday.
Yep, 2 days after my birthday, and I chose to go to the movie and take the family with me. And so I believe we went over to Winnemucca for this one. And
That's Winnemucca. That's Winnemucca, Nevada, by the way.
Winnemucca,
Which is
Nevada.
53 miles away from our old hometown of Battle Mountain, Nevada.
Yes.
You go 53 miles to the west, and there you go. It's northern Nevada. So it means wintertime.
Wintertime, it's kind of
It's fun.
But this happened to be the weekend where we were having a break in the winter weather that year.
Ooh, you got
And
lucky.
yeah, and so Dad already worked over in Winnemucca, so we just met him over there. And he had this is the cute story that goes with this. He had worked all day.
Hang on a minute. Nicole says you remember seeing the trailer for the first time and couldn't believe how beautiful it looked.
Yes.
And by the way, I want to say, hey, DB. DB's in the house.
Oh, I said hello.
Okay. Well,
yeah, but I'd let you say hello.
Well, you know, I like to say hello on live on screen. Anyway,
Oh,
sorry,
I
I didn't mean to interrupt your story.
No.
Are you gonna go fully into your story here? Are you going as far as I think you're going?
If they want me to stop, I can.
Well, we'll always stop for a minute.
Okay.
Because that'd be a nice little sidebar as
Okay.
we get to that part of the movie.
Okay. Yes.
So, but yeah,
it was a family trip
right
to Winnemucca. So.
Right. It was definitely a family trip. Now, me personally, no, it wasn't on my radar. It wasn't.
I know.
But then again, you got to realize too, if it wasn't advertised on Sunday for Sunday football games, I didn't see it. Sunday or Monday, I didn't see it.
Yeah.
And I sure in hell don't remember it being advertised during Monday Night Raw or WCW Monday Nitro.
Yeah.
I don't remember it at all being ever advertised during those shows.
Probably wasn't.
So it wasn't advertised during football. It wasn't advertised during wrestling. So,
well, I didn't.
And
see
that in '97, I wasn't watching shit on TV besides football and wrestling.
I think I came across it in the paper or talked to the theater. I can't remember how I come across it because I don't even
Yeah, but
remember seeing
you guys still watch fucking regular terrestrial TV back then.
I know, but I don't even remember if I ever seen the trailer to it.
Well, I mean, it's 25 years ago.
Yeah, I know.
I was waiting for you to go, it's been 25 years.
Yes, it has been 25 years.
Fucking Rosary called it after 84 fucking years, so come on.
Hey.
What's your goddamn excuse?
I don't know.
Oh, I hit the fucking microphone with the bill in my hat. Anyways, let's get into this a little bit.
Okay.
So, Titanic, again, we were talking about 1997 American epic romance and disaster film, directed, written, produced, and co-edited by James Cameron, incorporating both historical and fictionalized aspects. It is based on the accounts of the sinking of the RMS Titanic, and it stars Leonardo DiCaprio and Kate Winslet as members of different social classes who fall in love aboard the ship during its ill-fated maiden voyage. Oh, you know what? I meant to tweet out a freaking photo. What's up? Which I'm going to do that real quick.
Okay, while you do that, I'm going to read what the chat is here.
No, go ahead. Because I think this needs to...
I just got back and you guys are giggling your asses off. Oh, and General Shinobi says I was so in love with Leo. No kidding.
Okay. Is that the one? That is the one. All right, I'm going to tweet this real quick. And I'm going to go #facts. Because this is fucking true.
I know, because it was...
No, you don't know what I just tweeted. All right. So everybody's on Twitter. You barely can see it. So it's a picture of Rose and Jack, Leonardo DiCaprio, and Kate Winslet right after the photo. He painted a photo of her, right?
Yeah.
And it says on the top, Romeo died because of Juliet. Jack died because of Rose. Stay single if you want to live. Now I put #facts.
Okay.
Fucking truth. Anyways, let's move on. The movie was distributed by... Oh, God, I just lost it. There we go. No, I don't. Oh, okay. The music was by James Horner.
Yes.
Distributed by Paramount Pictures in North America and 20th Century Fox internationally. Again, the release dates were November 1st, 1997 in Tokyo, December 19th, 1997 in the United States, and December 20th, 1997 in South Africa. Running time is 195 minutes. The budget for the movie was $200 million, and its box office total, it took in $2.2 billion.
Oh, yeah.
That's with a fucking B.
Yeah, it was actually really a high grossing movie. I mean, we couldn't get until when we went to the theater, we had to go pretty much either the late show or the middle show because it was always sold out.
Right, so I just want to read this a little bit right here. Cameron's inspiration for the film came from his fascination with shipwrecks, and he felt a love story intersped, right? Or whatever the fuck.
Interspiced.
I don't see an I.
Interspressed.
Anyways, quit.
With the human loss would be essential to convey the emotion impact of the disaster. Production began in 1995 when Cameron shot footage of the actual Titanic wreck.
That is true because he went down. He did go down
I
the submersible.
Yes, I did see
It's on the on the a lot of the extra shit that came out with the DVD, Blu-ray, and shit.
Oh, I seen the documentary on it.
Okay. You watched the National Geographic or Discovery, where the fuck it was on?
I watched because they were having a Titanic commemoration month, and his documentary on how he went down and saw it was one of them.
The modern scenes.
The modern scenes on the research vessel were shot on board the Academic.
Where the hell are you seeing R?
I cannot pronounce
Academic.
it. Thank you.
Sounds good. I'm not right.
Miss Tiff Keldish, which Cameron had used as a base when filming the wreck. Scale models, computer-generated imagery, and a reconstruction of the Titanic built at Baja Studios were used to recreate the sinking. The film co-financed by Paramount Pictures and 20th Century Fox. The former handled distribution in North America, while the latter released the film internationally. It was the most expensive film ever made at the time, with a production budget of $200 million.
Right. Okay, we're gonna go into that later. Let's go ahead and get into the plot, and I'm sure Kim is gonna. You guys know how Kim rolls. Every time something is missed.
Since we're getting into the plot of this, do you want me to do the story now?
No, because it doesn't happen yet.
Okay.
It's getting close. We got to get there first.
Okay.
In 1996, aboard the research vessel, the Keldysh, Brock Lovett and his team searched the wreck of the RMS Titanic. They recover a safe they hope contains a necklace with a large diamond known as the Heart of the Ocean. Instead, they only find a drawing of a young nude woman wearing the necklace. I just saw you move.
What?
Oh, okay. I thought you were going to say something. The sketch is dated April 14th, 1912, the same day the Titanic struck an iceberg. Rose Dawson Calvert, the woman in the drawing, and her granddaughter are, well, we didn't know that at the time, are brought up. Okay, whoa. Okay.
No.
Hold it. We just missed all the goddamn it parts.
Yeah, we did.
Well, I'll be goddamned. Then also, well, I'll be goddamn. Like everybody was fucking goddamn.
That's because he got the satellite call from Rose.
No. No, he was goddamn when they first were never cleaning off the picture.
Yes.
Then they went to the show, did the video thing where he's being interviewed, right? And here comes, remember, Rose is doing the fucking.
It's called pottery.
I was gonna get there. And all of a sudden, she walks in, looks at, turn it up, dear.
Yes.
And well, I'll be and so he says when they're, like I said, when they're uncovered, I'll be goddamn. And then when she does it, I'm just like, okay, well, everybody's goddamned all of a sudden.
And then she gets on the phone to call.
Yes.
Then she gets on the phone to call him.
Bobby, we're sinking these submersibles. You want this call?
So then she gets on and asks him, "Have you found the heart of the ocean?"
That look he gives.
I know.
Like, oh my.
So,
excuse me. And Brock Lovett is played by fucking late great
Bill Paxton.
Exactly.
Yep. Bill Paxton.
R.I.P. buddy.
Yep.
Definitely miss you, bud. We do. We all miss you.
Yeah.
And so then they're inbound.
Yes.
So, and of course, this other guy wearing the fucking base with the fucking bullet hole through the middle. You know, well, she's a damn liar. You know, we did all this research on Rose Calvert. You know, popped out a few kids, and I did and then Brock pretty much says, "Well, you know, everyone aboard that knows about this diamond are dead except her."
Yeah.
Well, then she's another old goddamn liar.
Yeah, and that was actually, I think that was actually one of the production crew that did that part.
I'd have to look the guy up. I believe at one point, I remember, I think I heard some news. It was actually a guy that fucking, it was a friend of Cameron's or something.
Yeah.
Who just happened to be on set that day, and they just fucking used him. And
and
then of course we get to the next part where the fucking they helicopters are inbound, so they land. They're taking all their shit off the fucking helicopter. All of a sudden he yells at Bobby. He goes, "Doesn't travel light, does she?" Like, good God. And of course, they go down into the staying rooms, and that's where Brock comes back down, and then she introduces him to her granddaughter, which the granddaughter's like, "Oh yeah, don't you remember, Nana? We met up on deck."
Yes. I
love it because it's like, you know, they're making it like she might have a problem with her fucking memory to a point.
Yeah.
But it's like, I'm loving this shit. And then it's like, is there anything I can get you other than pretty much she's like, I want to see my photo.
Yeah.
And then they go down to see the photo, and the granddaughter pretty much says, "You think this is you, Nana? Wasn't I a dish?"
Yeah, exactly.
I love this shit, man. And so then the one guy, the bigger guy, he freaking goes through the whole fucking down the fucking Titanic. How it fucking hit the iceberg, how it fucking started sinking, how it fucking
had its
ass sticking up in the air, and that's a big ass. And then they bobbed up and down a few minutes and then went down and crashed, it all went underwater.
Yeah.
And
and all Rose can say was, that was a very good description.
no, it was an interesting, something like the interesting way you, I can't remember now.
I can't either, but it was some smart
Oh
remark.
it was a fucking hellacious smart remark. And so then she goes back and starts looking at all the pictures they've had of the submersible. And then they all come closer, and
she's looking
she had kind of a moment, and the granddaughter's like, "No, I'm taking you back. Taking you back to your room." No. And
that's when you see her look at the stuff.
Right.
Her stuff.
Well, she's looking at her stuff, and then she's also looking at the pictures of the Titanic.
Yeah.
And she's starting to
remember what,
because there's a couple of scenes there where she's walking. You got the doors from the underwater Titanic, and then you have where she's walking through.
Yeah.
Which is friggin' hella awesome.
Yeah.
They did a hell of a job with this.
I don't think I ever saw that one by Mithy, but I'm intrigued. My favorite variation of Titanic.
Version of Titanic is Pumptanic. Oh, God. Oh, anyways. So, see, I just got derailed.
Yes, you did.
It wasn't General Shinobi that derailed me.
No.
So then they all sit down.
Yes.
Tell us what, and pretty much he's saying, tell us what you remember. They're forgetting to hit record on the tape recorder. And she goes, "It's been 84 years.
And he says, "You can take your time. Do you want to hear this or not?"
Oh no, he pretty much made it like fucking, like, oh, I understand it's been this long, and then it's like, do you want to hear this or not, Mr. Lovett? It's been 84 years. And then we start switching over from
she says, "I can still smell the newness of the dishes and the furniture.
The china hadn't been used.
Yeah.
You can still smell the fresh paint. The linens hadn't been slept in yet." And then it starts doing the transition from the boat underwater to
1912. And at this point,
okay, I'm going to sidebar real quick on here because this is where they built the replica portion of it. But when they built it, you only build one side of the ship. So what they did is they literally painted everything backwards on all the signs and everything. And when they filmed it, they then turned it back over, ran it backwards to get everything correctly on the right side for them loading the ship.
Yeah.
Okay, I just wanted to bring that up.
Oh yeah.
This is where we get to
my story.
Kim's story.
Okay, so Dad was working for High Grade at the time. And he
dude, just say he's a fucking milkman.
He was a milkman. And so he was up between 3:30 and 4 o'clock in the morning to get over and get his route. So like I said, we did meet him over there. We got our tickets and we had basically the theater to ourselves. So he sat one spot, we sat the other, and he was snoozing away.
Yeah, up to all this, he's in and out of sleep.
Yeah.
He worked his ass off.
Yeah. So he was in and out of sleep.
I love this fucking story.
This whole first part of the movie. Then, as he so kindly put it, when that redhead stepped out of the car with the hat, his eyes flew right open and he did not fall asleep after that.
Which he's speaking of seeing
Kate Winslet
as Rose.
Yes.
Step out of the car in 1912 to get, as she put it, to be.
It was
head back to America in chains.
Chains, because she says it was because Rose says it was a dream ship for most, but for me it was a slave ship taking me back to America in chains.
Right. Well, anyways, I know okay. So yeah, I really. Oh, okay. So yeah. Then I love that one part. Okay, and it was just we kind of skipped ahead here. But there's that one part with the little girl and the father.
Yeah.
This is the scene you see just before Rose.
Yes.
And before Rose shows up. And the father's like, "Oh, it's a big boat. It's a ship, Daddy."
Yeah.
You're right. It's a ship.
Yeah.
I love that so much because it's like, dude, for those of us that have kids, anytime you said something kind of wrong or in their mind not right, they fucking correct your ass.
Yes.
And so it was kind of one of those throwbacks for parents, I thought.
Yep, it was.
Anyways, you figure out where we're at in the actual plot because I've kind of lost it.
Yeah, this is where you just got it because now she says, okay, so we got to the Southampton part. So she and her widowed mother
Board the Titanic.
board the Titanic with Cal Hockley. Oh, he's a piece of work. We'll go into him later.
Yeah, but played by Billy Zane, man.
Yeah, I mean, Billy Zane played a damn good character, but he was a piece of work. Anyway, so
yeah.
So at this time she's engaged to Cal because Cal's going to resolve their financial problems
And maintain their upper class status.
Because of the dad left him with mounds and mounds of debt.
Her father left the mother.
With mounds and mounds
anyway,
of debt.
so meanwhile, Jack Dawson, a poor young artist who we find is playing a game of poker.
Yes.
And what?
Go ahead.
Definitely agree with that.
I agree, General Shinobi.
Cal is an asshole, but
Bill,
God, did Billy
Zane
Zane fucking sell it. God. Anyway, so we got Jack and Frizio, I think is how you say it, playing poker with a couple other dudes. One's Sven. And we get to the point where it's like you bet everything, and Jack pretty much says, well, you ain't got nothing, you don't have nothing.
Exactly.
Much, which I love. The other guy gets all pissed off because Sven pretty much put up their fucking Titanic tickets.
Yeah.
And so they go around, get the cars that they need, come around, looks at Frizio at net day, pulls the cards, and the next guy, nothing. Sven's got what? What do you have?
Two
or pair?
Pair, I think, yeah.
And then Jack looks at fucking Frizio and it says, I'm sorry. And he starts cussing him out, which I love.
Oh, yeah.
You're not going to see your mama for a very long time because you're going to America. Full house, boys.
Yeah.
And then that friend of Sven's fucking grabbed the whole of fucking Jack and Barry. And like, oh, goddamn. Yes, what you get for. And I was like, when I'm first watching this, all I'm thinking is, oh, my God. That's what you get for celebrating, you fuck. And then also he just fucking turns and knocks out Sven. And I'm like, oh, damn.
Yeah.
And then as they're celebrating, the bartender pretty much lets them know, no, mate, Titanic go to America in 5 minutes. 5 minutes. Oh, shit.
Yeah. And see, before anybody boarded, they had to go through medical to check for license stuff.
Right. People had to go through medical to be checked for license. If you got a beard, you did your beard check, all your hair, all that stuff. And so here they're running, him and Jack and Frizio just running towards their loading area.
Yeah.
And I can't read it back and forth. Pretty much, it's a fun banter back and forth between Frizio and Jack. And we're passengers. They get up on the deal and hand their tickets over. And the guy asks if you've been through the medical station. And Jack's like, well, of course, but we don't have license. We're Americans.
Yeah.
Both of us.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
So they get on board. They go running up to the top as Titanic is leaving the port.
Yes.
On its maiden and fateful voyage.
Yes. Yeah.
What? Oh. Oh, yeah. We need some wrench movement.
That's what Cole's got up there as wrenches.
Yeah, Kelly probably freaking. I don't have YouTube up on my phone.
Oh, she's wrenched him.
Oh, she says.
Nope, actually, Dragon Buddy's wrenched him. Dragon Buddy's
DB.
Dragon Buddy's wrenched him.
Oh, damn.
He's throwing the wrench now.
We have the wrench fight going on now between husband and wife.
Yes,
I love it.
This is wrench time.
Oh, yep. Sherry blocked them. So yeah, and that's the thing is too. Yeah, if you block them personally from your own, you block people personally from your own YouTube channel or account, then it won't pop up.
Yeah,
because I've done that before on other channels, not even the Red5 Network ones, but some other channels I follow, like Chicken Cam. I did that to a couple of people I didn't want to talk to anymore. They were being dicks. And yeah, you never see him come back, which is funny because when people start talking to him, it's like, what the fuck? What? Now Kim's in the chat, so we just lost the movie.
No.
We just sunk the Titanic again. We didn't even get to the sex scenes. The fuck?
No, it's Nicole goes, go DB. DB says, crack. General Snowby says, Blue Wrench Boy. And then Luna Girl says, I blocked them in the past, so I can't see them. Damn bot.
So anyway, so then they stop at their first stop where they pick up Molly Brown.
Yes.
Which Rose mentions that history will have her become, or will know her as the unthinkable Molly Brown.
Which I did some research on that, and that is part of the truth to the movie. There was actually a woman on Titanic that was called the unsinkable Molly Brown.
No shit.
Hey, I didn't know how close this was to Titanic, so once I saw it, I did research on this.
Well, did you see how close the fucking actors?
Yeah.
Like Molly. Oh shit! Who the hell fucking?
It was Bates.
Kathy Bates.
Cassie Bates.
How much like Kathy Bates? Fucking the guy that played the captain. All the fucking main players.
White Star employees.
White Star employees, including Esme.
Yeah.
How much they all look like the real fucking people of 1912.
No, I know, but I had to make sure that Hollywood was not making these people up. Because
there's a fucking movie made by MGM back like in the 50s, 40s called The Unthinkable Molly Brown.
Yeah.
I have no idea if those are the fucking right decades.
I don't know.
Anyways. So after picking her up, they set sail and Rose, distraught over her loveless engagement, climbs over the stern railing intended. What was it? What did her mother call Molly Brown? New money.
Because her husband had struck gold in the West.
Hey man, bucking back. That was actually after the gold rush days.
Yep.
Anyways, distraught. Wait a minute. Hold it. Wait, no, they go to dinner first.
No.
She goes to jump over the fucking rail.
Yes, they go to dinner first because she's smoking and her mom says, you know I don't like that, and she gives her mom the dirtiest look, and then Cal, her piece of work fiance, says she knows that, takes a cigarette and does that. Then he orders for both of them, and Molly Brown says, "What, Cal? Are you going to cut her meat too?"
You're fine.
So, and
was that at that point?
I think it was.
Okay. Anyways, yeah, but you're right. So anyway, so then she runs to. She runs halfway across.
Actually, that was the point where she goes out on the deck. She excuses herself, goes out on the deck. Cal comes back, has her come back in. This is when Jack first sees her because he's on the deck doing drawings.
Right. She runs by him.
No, she's on the upper deck. And Cal, because his friend's there, he's by here, and she says, "Excuse me," walks out to the deck, gets some air. He does this, and his friends that they met says, "Angels fly out of your ass before you'll get her." And his other friend goes like this, and he's so entranced with her that he doesn't realize it.
Okay. All right. Well, I'm going by what they're doing here, so this is where we're gonna go. Okay.
It's wrong, but go ahead.
Well, I know that, and anyway, so she's distraught over her loveless engagement, climbs over the stern railing, intended to jump overboard. Jack appears and coaxes her back onto the deck. The two develop a tentative. Oh, Jesus Christ! So, but then she loses. As he's trying to bring her back across, she loses her footing, which then makes her scream.
Yeah, and gets the attention.
As he's pulling her back over. Plus, when she stepped on her dress, which ripped her dress, so he gets pulled back over. And of course, by the time the Sergeant of Arms gets there, what does it look like?
Yeah, I know.
It looks like a fucking rape scene.
Yes.
And then, of course, we get Cal and all them over there, and then she's like, I was just trying to see the, thinking, first of all, you're redhead, not blonde, so what the fuck?
She's playing this off good, though.
I know she is. The propeller. And then that one guy, the older gentleman who played Dr. Bombay, fuck, I can't remember his goddamn name because he also was in Harry Potter, I think. Damn it. Oh, I can't remember his fucking name now. It saved my life. Anyways, he made the mention that women in machinery.
Yeah.
And I'm like, whew. Yeah, you can definitely tell this was fucking 1912.
Yeah.
Anyways, go ahead, go on, Kim.
And then, they turn to Jack and asks, "Is this what happened?" Jack says yes, and he says, and then
Cal, the boy's a hero.
Yeah, the boy's a hero, and then he gives him $20, and Rose says, "What is that? Is that? Oh, is that
going right for your love?"
Yeah.
Oh my god.
See, General Shinobi says, "I'm right."
Oh god.
I can smack him a second.
Oh motherfucker. I swear to God, we ever get an opportunity, we need to buy like a fucking wrench trophy.
Yeah, we do.
And then try to somehow like go back through your watch or something, figure out somehow how to tally up how many fucking wrenches somebody throws, and then at the end of every year we give out the wrench trophy to the moderator who throws the most wrenches. Oh fuck. Oh shit.
So then he invites him to dinner. Invites Jack to dinner. And
she's wrench power drunk. Anyway, so they so Cal's like, ooh, Rose is not happy. What to do? And then he pretty much invites him to dinner.
Yes. And then before dinner,
well, get back to the fucking plot line, dear. Let's see where it jumps to.
Yeah.
I've lost all my phone now.
Yeah.
Oh shit.
Because I know it is because they're out on the deck again, and he's teaching her how to spit. And
but
that's before.
A lot before that, he was showing her his drawings when they were actually walking on deck.
Yes, they were when she was walking on deck because they were walking together, and he was thanking her. And after they had their little tiffy argument, then after he asked her if she loves him, then she actually sits down and looks at the drawings, and then they go over to the deck and teaches her how to spit. So they're spitting, and along comes Mr. I need to know where Rose is at the same time, control freak.
No. Mom and Molly Brown and all them came up.
Oh yeah.
And then they fucking ring the fucking dinner bell or the triangle. And at that point there, Molly makes a fucking what the hell is she saying? She says they're calling us to dinner like a herd of cattle. That's what it was. And so obviously she sees Jack is very in love with Rose. Yeah, she's trying to talk to him. He's all watch her walk away. and what are you gonna wear?
And he goes like this, and Molly says, "That's what I thought. You're going into the snake pit." And that's when she brings him back to her stateroom, and he borrows a tuxedo that
was gonna be for her son.
And that's when he says, "I thought so. You're the same size as my son."
And so then this is the first. Then we finally see the. Oh Lord Almighty! I almost hit stop cam. That's funny.
Oh, that's right. They do say that she did say you shine up like a penny. So
there we go.
Yeah, that's right. That was the other thing. Molly dresses him up, and then you shine up like a new penny. Right? Yeah.
See, we should just send you an invite right now and just get Chantal on here. She'll keep us fucking straight.
Yeah, and so I love this movie. Yeah.
All right, so, and I haven't really. Okay, so real quick, let me sidebar real quick. So as you heard, we talked about earlier, Kim and her family. So it would have been you, your two brothers, your parents,
Yes.
and your sister Karina, who
Yes.
was my late wife.
Yes.
So I didn't see this movie. I finally bought the VHS tapes,
Mm-hmm.
and they're still sealed.
Yeah.
Two tape VHS tape. Still had never opened them until I started dating your sister.
Yes.
And we'll leave it at that for right now.
I saw it 7 times in theaters.
Jesus
Whoa.
Christ. Well, I mean, if we really need to go on it, I saw tape 1 about 25 times. I never saw the end of the fucking movie.
No, you didn't.
That's for an after dark show.
Yes, that is for an after dark show. Not right now.
Oh, fuck.
But anyway, and also just a little bit of information. When the first half of the movie ended, there was actually a break in the theater. So, and they told us that we could go get our popcorn and soda and candy.
All right, well, we're not there yet.
I know, but
all right. So at this point, we're going to dinner.
Yes, we're going to dinner.
And
behind us,
I love this fucking green screen.
Yeah, behind us, you'll see the grand staircase. So you're seeing these people come down from both ends. First class come down from both ends. He's one of them. So he comes down this grand staircase, and that pole that's over here that you see, he hides behind, trying to figure out how to act like a gentleman.
Fuck. Dude, you do not realize. No. I'm sidebarring this motherfucker because, oh my God, you do not realize the fucking chat today. And I don't mean like chat, like YouTube chat. I mean like chat, the behind the scenes, the behind the Red5 scenes chat. Oh my fucking God, today. So I'm sorry, you just said poll and just fucking my mind went straight to the gutter again.
I figured.
Anyways, you're talking about that poll, one of these polls.
Yeah, he's hiding behind it or leaning up against it, trying to figure out how to be a gentleman. Because he's not sure how to be a gentleman. Well, in the meantime, Cal comes down with her mother and says hi, and that she'll be down shortly. Not even putting two and two together that it is Jack. And
right.
So she comes down. He intertwines his arm with hers. They go over to where Cal's at, and then Rose says, Cal, you remember Jack, don't you? And then that's when he says, oh yeah, I do remember Jack. And then they actually go into dinner. They have a dinner conversation, which is an interesting dinner conversation. And as soon as the dinner's through, he exits, and she exits, and they go down to the steerage deck, as they called them, which is third class, and party hardy down there. There's a party down there. So they're attending this party.
Fucking hi, Ro. You're rolling chat?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Hi, Ro.
I'm sorry. I literally, this is what I see. Okay. I'm like looking through because I see all this, sex bot shit come up, right? I see little girl say, damn it, I'm frosting the cake. Then I see little girl before that, then says sex bots. Then right after that, I see General Shinobi say, hi, Ro. And I went, what the fuck? Like, oh my God. But yeah, hey, Ro. Oh, hey, baby girl. Good God. Where is it? There it is.
What's up, crew?
This is what happens when Scott does not have a decent amount of sleep. It's all your damn fault. I'm joking. Oh, fuck. All right. Go ahead, Kim. Continue on.
So I'm not even reading the plot anymore. They're basically down in Surridge, partying, hardying, dancing. She gets up and dances, and
oh God.
And so they have a good time, and then the next day is Sunday because it's all Saturday. I believe the next day is Sunday. So the first thing, they're on the promenade deck drinking wine or champagne or whatever they were drinking back then. And Cal's talking to Rose, and that's where Rose gets defiant. And then he slaps her. And slaps her and then leaves. And it's like, okay, Cal, you can't control your future fiance outside of her mama.
But the problem was, see, you got to look at it this way, though. That was 1912.
Yeah.
That was the way it was back then.
I know.
Rose was definitely a woman ahead of her time.
Yeah, but I mean, if you're going to have a fiance, you got to control her and not have her mommy control her.
No, you don't. No, if you have it, excuse me, did I control you when you were my fiance?
No, but I'm just saying back. I'm talking the time era.
I know.
That time era, women were controlled by men.
You might as well just fucking have Red 5 after dark.
But back in the time era, men controlled women. Well, if he couldn't control his fiance in that time era and had to have her mommy control her, there was something wrong.
Okay, go ahead, continue.
I'm just saying.
I know. And this is the one part of the movie I had a fucking problem with. And I had to keep reminding myself in this movie that it's 1912, Scott. It's 1912. It's not today, or at least 98, 99 when I finally fucking saw it. It's 1912. Remember, it's 1912.
Yeah. Yeah, where women had no rights. And then so her mom comes in and dismisses the maid because Titanic had everything from maids to cooks to everything for these.
Definitely Chantal or Shinobi. For the time period, Cal's behavior was acceptable. And what it really was.
It was. But I'm just saying, he can never control her. Never. He can never.
No, she was definitely a free thinker.
Yeah. And only time she could control her is through her mama.
To a point.
But even her mom couldn't control her.
Well, it was like that time, and I don't know where we're at in the movie. I don't know if this is coming up or whatnot. But I like that when they have fucking lunch.
That's the next part, because now she's coming in and her mom's
they're all talking to Esme about great name Titanic, and then Rose pops up the thing about Freud, and of course that is a fucking punchline in the fucking movie.
Yeah.
Because it's all about the male context of you got a small name things big.
Yeah. So
I mean, his name Titanic. Of course, the motherfucker's gonna think if I named it Tit, it would have floated.
Yeah, I know.
I'm sorry, I had to do it again.
Oh, I know. But anyway, so yes, they're discussing Titanic, and then the next day is when all this goes down, and then she comes in, and her mom comes in and tightens the corset on her. Get to the car, Six. We're working on it.
Well, you're not working. Never mind.
I know I ain't working fast enough.
Yeah, let's get to the steamy shit.
Anyway. Go study for your hot blue.
But the problem is, I don't think all right, sidebar real quick. So, the girl's telling DB go study for the pod. I'll tell you one thing right now. More than likely, he ain't got with last Star Fighter. He probably ain't got to do much studying.
No,
it's probably all right up in here already. Oh God.
So her mom goes in, and
wait, who had sex with her mom?
No, her mom goes into the room, kicks the maid out, and proceeds to make her feel like shit.
Oh, dude. Oh, is this where they're putting the fucking girdle thing on?
Yeah, this
fucking mom gets a hold of her.
Yeah. Yeah, this is the part. And so
I mean, dude, I didn't have to think about fucking like what that. I didn't have to go like, oh, I wonder what that really felt like. It was like when she did, I was like,
yeah.
I'm like, holy fuck.
Yeah. So this is where her mom's putting that girl on, sitting there making this all her problem and not her mom's problem.
You know what the funny part is?
What?
That had been when you 80 girls from the 80s,
mm-hmm.
you girls from the 80s, You guys would fucking turn around and deck your fucking mother. Bitch!
Yeah. Oh, yeah. So, anyway, so then she gets dressed and they go to
There you go. So see,
church.
you watch like once a month since she's known. A damn
Anyway.
good movie.
Yeah.
I need to buy the goddamn thing.
So, anyway, so then after that, they go to.
Are we doing
somewhere.
a sex scene yet?
No, we're getting there.
Fuck.
We're going to skip ahead now. They're in church, okay? He's bugging her at
Yeah,
church.
who gives a fuck about church?
Okay.
I mean, unless they're blinking behind the pews or something.
No, they go to church. She steps out, and he says to her that if she continues the way she continues, Cal's going to dim the light and the fire.
You know
in
what's
her.
funny? You know what the funny part is, though? You know, I hate to backpedal a little bit because I want to get to the sex thing too. Is we did not touch over the whole fucking thing after the dinner. You know, when Dawson, you dress up, you can almost pass as a gentleman.
Yeah.
You know, Cal says to him at the grand staircase. So that's where we're at right now.
Yeah.
Yeah, we like, and then we completely skipped over where he hands her the fucking note, says you really want to go to a real party.
Yeah.
And he goes down. We're like fucking way over. We're way
No,
over
I
here.
already said they went to a party down in steerage.
Okay.
I said that they were partying hardy down there. And she got up on the table and danced.
Okay. All right. Anyways, go ahead. Keep going. Let's get to the sex scene.
All right. So then he bugs her at church. And so she comes out and says, and this
All right,
is
we done with church yet?
no. And so she comes out and says
They
that
thought it was boring as fucking church.
I know it was. Says that she doesn't want to see him anymore, to leave her alone. And he says, I see you as a person, and if you go on this way, Cal's going to dim the fire in you. So she says, she again says, leave me alone, and walks off. Then they're dining again. This time it's just the ladies dining, and she's waiting for her lunch.
Oh well, the dinner was there. I mean,
Yeah.
besides the only cool part about the dinner was when Jack said, fuck.
Yeah.
Well, no, you didn't say fuck. What was it?
I can't remember, but
God
yeah.
damn it. Oh!
I can't remember, but yeah, the dinner
He
conversation.
pretty much talked about how he got on board the Titanic and is now having dinner with them people. And oh fuck. Anyways, I'll find it on IMBD when I go through the quotes and shit. Anyways.
Yes. And
All right, my bad.
yeah,
Anyways, go
I
ahead.
said they had a decent dinner conversation. I didn't remember what it was, though. I did touch on that. I just didn't touch on the dinner party.
All right, anyways, go.
Anyway, so then the girls are sitting at, I'm just going to call it brunch. It's a ladies' brunch. And she's looking around, and this mom and daughter sitting there, and she's looking there. And the mom tells the daughter to sit up straight and put the napkin in her
Oh, God, right.
lap.
And that's pretty much when Rose.
And then that's pretty much when Rose's scene clicks. So then she goes back out and sees Jack. And then that's when that most famous I'm flying scene comes in on the end of the deck. Yeah. Where he says, step on the deck. Do you trust me? Hold out your arms. And she says, I'm flying.
Okay. If we're not in quite order, who gives a flying fuck? All right. We had the sex scene yet?
Then,
No, we're not.
Then he asks her. Then she takes him to her sitting room and asks him to draw her like the French girls he draws.
That's before the sex scene, isn't it?
Yes.
Oh,
We're
you're right. You're right. It's before the sex
Yeah, it is before the sex scene.
I was, yeah, okay.
So she gives him 10 cents. She comes out wearing nothing but the heart of the ocean.
Yeah.
Lays down, and he's drawn her nude.
Yep.
Then the picture's finished. She shows him the picture. She goes get dressed, and then they see this person come out. I don't know if he's a gunnery or whoever he is on this ship, and they go out the other door, down the stairs, through the engine room, and into the cargo area. And this is where they climb in the car, and that's where the sex scene starts.
Whew! Yeah. I'll tell you one thing, man. That fucking window got nice and goddamn foggy, and when her hand went up there, went, that a boy, Jack. But remember before that though, he sat in the front seat and then she pulled him back in the back seat. But yeah,
Yeah.
when the fucking window fogged up and her hand hit the fucking side of the fucking window, dude, I'm just screaming, and I'm doing this while watching it in a fucking home setting, and I'm screaming, "That boy, Jack!"
So
Made her come. I said it.
And so this is, and then it pans back
Whew,
to.
it's warm in here.
Yeah, I know.
I'm just thinking about that scene now.
I know. Then they come up the deck, and it pans back to Old Rose, and they says that they're 6 hours before the sinking. So.
Oh my god. Oh shit. Do we know where it's at?
What?
All right. I'll be right back. You'll see scenes move.
Oh, Jason Rose, yes.
Yeah.
I think
Kim's gonna move a little off screen for a minute.
Yeah, it's hanging up back there.
Okay. I knew I should have brought it. I meant to. So you talk to the people, you can get into the point, because I mean at this point here, right after the sex scene, they go up on the deck
and it's 6 hours before the Titanic sinks.
Right, but this is where the fucking videotape would end.
Yes.
And I would whoops. Whoa. You hit with your shirt.
Oh, my bad. Okay, so at this point, they go back up on deck, and this is where the first tape ends. This is where the intermission is, and just before it, they pan back to Old Rose and the crew on the ship, and they're now up to 6 hours before Titanic sinks. So then they're on the deck, and this is the beginning of the second tape now, if you had the VHS, but the crew's sitting there in the crow's nest looking out, and he says he could smell an iceberg a mile away or something along to that effect. And they said they noticed it's pretty cold and that the water's calm too.
This is kind of cool. See, this is only giving you guys a curtain and green screen. So I can do that.
And there's the Jason Rose shirt.
You want to tell them where to go get it?
I think that's the site. Is
Yep.
a Sidebar Cantina.
Yep. Go to
their
T Public.
T Public store, and you can get Jason Rose in the Sidebar Cantina T Public. If it's still available. I don't know if it's still available.
Oh, it's still available.
Okay. So yes, that's where you can get this. Get the Jason Rose shirt.
Yeah, I need. You know what? And I should have thought about that tonight. Being that we're doing Titanic, I should have literally wore this fucking shirt.
Yeah.
Yeah. Here, get the fucking marker out of the way. Oh, shit. Lights in the way. Everything's in the way.
But yes,
there it says, Wally, draw Jason
like
your
French girl.
Is that what it says?
It says, Wally, draw Jason like one of your French girls, Dave.
So, it came out during one of the shows, and Dave said that to Wally Frogmore, who is one of our, who is a great member of the Sidebar Cantina family. He's from Australia, I think. And when he drew this and we saw this for the first time, and Dave's like, I'm putting this on a shirt. The minute the fucking shirt went up, I bought that motherfucker.
Yes, you did.
Now, I've worn this shirt from Northern Nevada to back to Yuma one time.
Actually,
I've worn it around Yuma a few fucking times.
And then you wore it from Yuma back up to Northern Nevada in September.
No, I wore it home.
Oh, okay.
I took a picture of me when we were leaving Battle Mountain that day. The day we were leaving, of me wearing the shirt. And that's when Mr. Rossman sent me a text and said, "Oh, I didn't recognize the clean shave," because I was clean shaven at the time.
Yeah. I gotta cut that.
Yes, you definitely gotta cut that clip. Speaking of which, I need to talk to you about how the hell you do that. Anyways, go ahead. So I made a mention earlier.
Yes.
Okay. I didn't watch this movie until I started dating your sister.
Yes.
It was her favorite fucking movie.
Yes, it was.
And then and this is as far as I'm gonna go with this. And I swear to God, it was like 25 fucking times I had seen tape 1. I'd never seen anything past the end of tape 1 on the VHS. So pretty much everything from when they go running up. I mean, I did see it finally, eventually.
Yeah.
But yeah, for the longest time, I'd only seen tape 1. I knew tape 1 pretty fucking good.
I knew you did.
Anyways, I know you're in the tape 2, so let's go.
So tape 2 is.
I mean, pretty much from here on out, everything is just it hits the fucking iceberg and the motherfucker sinks.
Yeah, from here on out. So they're up on.
There's so much more that goes on in the movie at this point. I'm just like, yeah, they fucking hit the iceberg and they fucking sinks.
Anyway, so the captain and
did you make a mention of the 2 guys up in the crow's nest?
Yes.
How they're like, well, if that's what it takes to be warm, I'd rather be cold or some shit like that.
Yeah. Yes, that's what they said. And then that's also the part where he says, I can smell an iceberg. Can't remember if it's a mile or something away. And then it pans down to the captain and his first mate, and the captain's on the deck. And the first mate.
I'm just going to go ahead and switch it. So we're heading there anyways.
Yeah. The first mate.
Oh, I guess we could.
No, you can go ahead and switch it because we're heading there. And the first mate makes a comment about it being a calm night, calmer than what it had been. And so he mentions that. And so the captain gets his tea and heads back to his quarters. Then
all hell's breaking loose.
Yeah.
Hey, have you read? Oh, I'm sorry, that's the wrong thing that Shanti's talking Chantal's talking about because Shanti, I mean.
Yeah.
Shinobi.
Yes.
Shanti. Whatever the fuck we're gonna call her every week. We call her
General Shinobi.
General Shinobi.
Anyway, so then you see him just right before they hit the iceberg. They finally notice the iceberg, and one of the 2 people in the crow nest says, "Sure, you can smell an iceberg." So then you see him start trying to reverse the engines, cut the power, and everything.
Well, if they would have had bigger propeller on that fucking.
So
that's what she said.
So then they do all this. You see all the engine room flooding, stopping back, trying to reverse it, and then that's when you see it all flood. It hits the side of the ship, and you can just see it tear it open. And so at that time, in comes the water. It starts with third class. It starts flooding from third class up, and then you see, well, before all this, the rich people that got first class one of them comes out and says, why did they stop the engines? And the whole staff is going, oh, no problem, I'm gonna go find out right now. Okay, so you're gonna go find out, no problem, just find out. So then they start taking people. Once they find out that they hit the iceberg, they start having people commune in one area. And
all right, so I want to read you a couple lines here that I just found.
Okay.
So at one point, Rose and Cal, they run into. Remember, and at this point, he backhands her again.
Yeah.
Calls him her Jack's slut.
Yeah.
I'd rather be his slut than your wife. And God, what a fucking dig that was.
Oh yeah.
I loved it.
Oh yeah.
Anyways, at this point, they see Mr. Andrews, Rose and Cal do, and Rose says, Mr. Andrews, I saw the iceberg. I see it in your eyes. Please tell me the truth. The ship will sink. You're certain? Yes. In an hour or so, all of this will be at the bottom of the Atlantic. What? Please tell only who you must. I don't want to be responsible for a panic. And get to a boat quickly. Don't wait. You remember what I told you about the boats? Rose, yes, I understand.
Yeah, and that's when they go and tell. That's when they head off to because she says we gotta tell Mom and Cal. And that's when they head off. Well, at this time, Cal's in their cabin, making sure nothing's been stolen, because by this time they know that she's with him, and Cal's a jealous motherfucker, and decides to try and see what he could do to set Jack up. So how he sets Jack up is as they're coming in to warn Mom.
Okay, so I just jumped ahead.
No.
Yeah, I did.
Oh.
Because where you're at, we're already past that point.
Well,
you're before that point where I just read.
Yeah, because as soon as she goes and
anyways, go ahead.
as soon as she goes and talks to Esme, then yes, she goes and warns Cal and Ma.
It wasn't Ismay. That was Mr. Anderson.
Mr.
No, because that was. God damn it. Anyways, no, because it was her and Cal. It was right after they had Jack arrested and shit. Anyways, it don't matter. Go.
I forgot my train just derailed. Go ahead.
Choo, choo.
Yeah, it did. It derailed.
It sunk like the Titanic.
It did.
And miles just go by it. You know, it just fucking sunk. You know, at one point they're talking to Mr. Andrews, Ismay, and Captain Smith are talking up there. Pretty much, Andrews is telling me it's over like 14 fucking or whatever fucking doors above sea deck and all this bullshit. And I love the one point where the captain asks Murdoch how many people are on board. 22 souls on board, sir. And he turns and looks at Ismay, who is the owner, the big shit from White Star, and he says, "I believe you'll get your headlines, Mr. Ismay."
Yeah, and during all that conversation too, someone says this ship is unsinkable, and he says, "No, it will sink. It's iron."
That was Mr. Andrews that said that shit.
Yeah.
Oh, I assure you, sir, she will sink.
Yeah. So
I love that line. Anyway, so they start doing all their running around. Jack is locked up.
yes.
Which then the one security dude with Cal fucking starts rolling a fucking letting bullet run back and forth, kind of. I think this boat might sink. So he leaves. Eventually, Rose gets away from him, runs to find Jack, and she grabs a fucking axe. He has her practice on the door to hit the same fucking spot, and she completely fucking misses. And I'm like, oh god. So got his hands in cuffs over the fucking railing like this, and he just hit it as hard as you can. And I know why he said that, because at least then, if she hit it hard enough, it should pop off fast enough that it won't. I mean, you'll eventually get the hurt, but hopefully it'll cut just enough where it won't go squirting.
Yeah.
If she like, barely does it, and then it's stuck in his fucking wrist.
Yeah.
He wants. I mean, kind of like fucking Luke Skywalker.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly.
You knew I was gonna throw some. You knew I had to come away with some type of Star Wars reference.
Yes.
I always do.
Yes.
In any movie I watch, I will come to a Star Wars reference.
Yes, you will.
Somehow, one way or another, I'll make one happen.
Yes.
Anyways, but she misses it.
He still has his two hands, and the cuffs are separated now.
Yeah. Go ahead.
And then from there, they're trying to find a way out. They find this child crying, picks the child up, starts running the right way. Then the child's dad comes and takes the child and heads the wrong way. By that time, the water pressure is so great that you see the bolts pop off one at a time. The water comes in and drowns the kid and the dad. And they start heading up towards the top of the ship where everybody else is. This time, everybody now knows what's the hell is going on, and they're loading women and children. And they're only loading women and children to maybe a quarter to half capacity of the boats.
Okay, and also at this point too, Rose and Jack, they find Jack's buddies.
Yes.
And they come to a dead end.
Yeah.
Which
this time they pick up a chair and break the gate open.
I'm trying to find that fucking line. I saw it, and then of course everything got messed up.
So anyway, Rose is saying, "Everybody move! Everybody move! Everybody move!" So as Rose is moving everybody, Jack and his buddies taking this wood chair up off the floor and going across, trying to get this gate open. It finally does get open, and everybody gets out.
Right. Okay. And then of course they get upstairs, up on top deck, and Tommy, the Scott, or I think what was he? Irish,
yes.
Right. Music to drum by. Now I know I'm in first class. I love that line too, but where the fuck? Damn it.
It had to be.
Oh, here it is. Jack and Rose break a door while the ship is sinking. Employee, hey, what do you think you're doing? You'll have to pay for that, you know. That's White Star Line property. Both Jack and Rose, shut up.
Yeah, exactly.
That was one of the ones.
Yeah.
I love that one.
As if you're really going to pay for it with the ship not even going to make it to sea or make it to land.
Right.
It's already done damaged. So, and also what we forgot to touch on too is also in the movie, the other ships were trying to warn the Titanic about the icebergs, and the Titanic told them to stay off this line and keep it open for the rich people to communicate with their family. So
anyway, and then the next one we're getting to, while they're up on top deck, they're trying to find a lifeboat so they can get the fuck off the ship. And guess who shows up? Cal.
Yes.
The
one that can't control anything.
Anyways, he realizes she's freezing, so Cal gives her his coat. Mind you, this coat also has
the heart of the ocean in it.
But he doesn't remember that at the time. I'm trying to find it because they had it in here too. Anyways, keep going about it.
So that then puts a coat on her, and I think that's where that line comes.
Well, no, they get her on. They go on to a deal.
A boat, yes.
Cal says that.
Well, they argue with Rose going on a boat.
He's telling Rose that there's another lifeboat on the other side of the ship, and that he and Jack can get on the lifeboat and away from the ship safely.
Yes.
And that's when Cal then replies to her, and Jack backs up the story.
Yes.
You see, I gotta catch my own boat. And then Cal responds to Jack with, "You're a good liar, almost as good as you."
Yeah.
There's no arrangement, is there? Oh, there is.
But not
that you'll benefit from.
Yeah.
I always win, Jack.
Yeah.
And then Rose looks into Jack's eyes, realizes something's going, there's a problem, and she ends up jumping off the fucking lifeboat.
So then he decides to go get her, runs back because she's at the.
Oh, you know what? One thing we forgot to mention too before that, and Ruth, her mom, mentions to one of the passengers behind her that will the lifeboats be seated according to class? I hope they're not too crowded.
Yeah.
And that's when Rose points out, "Oh, mother, shut up. Don't you understand? The water is freezing and there aren't enough boats. Not enough by half. Half the people on this ship are going to die." Cal responds with, "Not the better half." Molly then, "Come on, Ruth, get in the boat. First class seats are right up here." Cal then says, "It's a pity I didn't keep that drawing. It'll be worth a lot more by morning." And then Rose says, you unimaginable bastard." Anyways, so then Rose jumps. We'll get back to Rose jumping from the lifeboat.
Yes, Rose jumps from the lifeboat, heads into the level where the grand staircase is, and so then you see Jack come down to grab her. In the midst of all this, you see these two gentlemen come out. They're asked to put life jackets on, and this, I hate this gentleman's answer. "We're in our nice clothing. We don't want life jackets."
Dude, they were ready to fucking die.
I want a brandy.
They were ready to fucking die. Those two gentlemen that you're talking about right there,
yeah,
in this top hat and coat, they're ready to die.
Yeah,
they knew that's why they didn't want. They would rather give up a lifeboat, even though they were rich. They'd rather give up a life vest to someone who would need it versus.
Well, yeah, but I'm just saying their comment.
So, fuck, dude, go give me a fucking brandy. If it was 2021, that's what it would be, or 2022, that's what it would be said now. Yo, you motherfucker, brandy now. I want to die in style, bitch.
Okay, understood.
Anyway, so Rose jumps from the lifeboat and goes to where Jack is. Jack catches up and says, "Rose, you're so stupid. Why did you do that, huh? You're so stupid, Rose. Why did you do that? Why?" And it's like, really? Are you that dumb, motherfucker?
And then that's when she says, you jump, I jump.
Right? Which is a refrain back to the beginning of the movie, which we didn't talk about, or we did talk about it when she was on the back of the ship,
bow.
And he said that same thing to her. And then he said, "Right. Oh God, I couldn't go, Jack. It's all right. We'll think of something. At least I'm with you."
Yeah, and then that's when Cal finds out grabs this person's gun and starts chasing
Well, okay,
him.
yeah, but before he does, he realizes that at that moment he put the jacket on her. It's got the fucking necklace in it.
No, not until he's shot the last bullet at them.
Okay, yeah, you're right.
After he shots the last bullet, and then down comes the owner of the gun, and he starts laughing. The owner of the gun says, "What's so funny?" And he says, "Don't you know? I put the jacket on her, and the jacket has the heart of the ocean." Or he says
Right,
the jacket has a necklace.
Right. So then Rose and Jack are running through the fucking ship.
Yeah.
The dining room area, the grand staircase area.
Yeah.
And they come across Mr. Andrews again, and he pretty much just says, "I'm sorry." Tells Rose that I'm sorry that I didn't build you a stronger ship, young Rose.
Yeah. And gives her the life jacket. Gives her his life jacket. And then she says, "Aren't you going to try?" And he says, "No."
All right. So then the ship starts coming down. Starts going down. The captain goes down with the ship, obviously. We want to talk about that one part. Lightoller?
Yes.
Where they show Lightoller taking his own life.
Yes, after he shoots a person.
Which Cameron got
reamed for that because that's all fiction.
That is huge
fiction. Yeah, because the family of Lighthearter, or how you pronounce it, said that's not what happened. And so he really got reamed about it on that. And he had to actually come out and eventually apologize to the family for getting that wrong, because that never happened at all. He never fired his gun, never killed anybody, and never shot himself.
Right.
In fact, he went, just like the better part of the crew, he went down with the ship too.
So anyways, as the boat starts going down and you start kind of seeing what was preordained by the bigger guy in the scenes with old Rose, where he's talking about how the ship came apart.
Yeah.
And eventually the bow comes back down hard. And at that point, Jack tells Rose, "We got to get over." And they get over. They literally ride the top of the bow.
Oh, down.
Or the stern. Anyways, the back of the goddamn boat.
Yeah, they literally ride the back of the boat all the way down.
And as they get closer to the water, at that moment, Jack says, "Hold your breath." They were supposed to hold on to each other. They tried, but they couldn't. And as she was struggling, as she come back up for back up, some asshole grabs her
and starts drowning her.
Well, he's not trying to drown her on purpose. The dude couldn't swim.
No.
So he's just trying to fucking hold on to her, which then Jack finally comes around and punches this guy out. They go find a
what was I'm saying it was a wardrobe door, but I could be wrong. It looked like a wardrobe door to me.
It was a floating door. And
he puts her on it. He tries to climb on it, and it dumps them both off.
And bullshit. If they would have positioned to just right, they both could have got on it, and he would have lived.
Well, that wasn't supposed to be in the movie plot.
Yeah, well, that should have been in there. Then they could have had the opening for Titanic 2.
True.
Return to the new ship or some shit.
True.
Anyways, Jack, while on the door and freezing his balls off and freezing to death. I don't know about you, but I intend to write a strongly worded letter to the White Star Line about all of this, he tells Rose.
Yes.
Eventually, though, the lifeboats are out coming back towards all the hoping for survivors. At one point, Rose realizes at the back, she tries to say she's Jack. Shakes his hand, trying to get his attention. Jack. Boat. She looks back at the lifeboat. Jack, there's a boat. Jack. Her smile begins to fade as he realizes he has passed away. And she shakes his hand again. Jack. She shakes his hand with more urgency. Jack. She begins to sob. Jack. And she's realizing it's in vain. There's a boat, Jack. And eventually she lets go of him, which then he fucking.
Well, yeah.
Why?
When she's trying to get his attention after he's dead, she doesn't quite let go of him right away. She lays back on the door and just lays there, and with her eyes closed, and then she finally realizes what she said. So then she opens the door, opens her eyes back up. By this time, the boat's floating past her, and she takes his hands again to unwind him. He says, Jack, I promise I won't give up. I promise. And then she lets him go to the bottom of the ocean, and then she jumps off the door, swims over to one of the crew members that are dead, grabs the whistle, gets the attention of the boat, and the boat comes back to get her.
Okay. Anything else?
And then once the boat comes back to get her, then you can see that it kind of pans between old Rose and young Rose. And so the next scene is these boats are coming up on the Carpathia, and the survivors on the Carpathia are waiting for news, which, as old Rose kindly put it, that news that would never come. So then they're all together. So then lovely Cal comes down, and the officer says, this isn't your class, this is steerage.
You won't find your kind here.
Yeah, you won't find your kind here. This is
At that moment there, I felt like we were back at the fucking canteen when the fucking bartender, we don't serve your kind here.
Yeah.
I'm sure people right now that fucking love this movie, love the Titanic shit, that never seen Star Wars are going, what the fuck are you even talking about?
Yeah. And so he says, you won't find your kind here, this is steerage. So you see Rose, you see him walk by, and you see Rose in a blanket hiding. And so he walks by, she gently turns her head, and just as Cal turns back around, she turns back around, and Cal goes past again. And then
you're right. This is where she realizes. This is when she realizes she's at Diamond.
Yes.
Yeah. When she sees the Statue of Liberty as they're coming into.
Yeah, but before that.
Okay, my bad. Keep going.
Old Rose says he eventually married, got his millions. Then the crash of 29 hit. His interest hard, and he put a gun to his mouth. And so I've read. And then, yes, that's where this scene comes in. Then she is back looking up at the Statue of Liberty, puts her hands in her pocket, and finds out she's got the necklace. And then it stays on that scene for a while. And then the next thing you see is old Rose walking the deck of the current ship they're on. And then she opens her hand, and there's the heart of the ocean that he was looking for. But before you see that, the captain is talking to the granddaughter and says, I wanted to save this till I found the heart of the ocean.
Right.
Which is a cigar.
We're back on the Keldish, by the way.
Yeah, we're back on the Keldish. Yes. And he says, I wanted to save this, but to be when I found the heart of the ocean. And he says, I never realized what Titanic really meant, because all I wanted was that heart of the ocean. And then he goes on to explain how after Rose told him what happened that day on the Titanic, he says, now I really know with my heart what happened. Then after that, that's when she's walking the deck, has the heart, goes to the end, and goes, oh, and drops it in the ocean.
That's the deleted scene.
No, this is the first ending. This is the first ending.
Oh,
this is the first ending.
That's right. Forgot deleted scenes one where the alternate scenes where Brock and them all catch her doing it. That's
yeah.
right.
So she's
right.
going.
My bad.
Because she's climbed back up and and has dropped it. And then the next scene is her back in her bed, and then you see the pictures of her life, and then they're back on Titanic at the grand staircase with her entering, him at the top, and yeah.
All right, and is that where the movie pretty much ends?
That's where the movie pretty much ends, yes.
Okay. You go with your synopsis of it?
Yes.
And out of 10, when you give this movie?
I'd give it a 10. Except for there were some things that I later did research on that did not coincide with what actually happened that day.
Oh, I just asked you to give it out of 10. We don't do that on this show.
No.
But anyways, you consider this one of your favorite fucking movies?
I do.
You do?
Yes. It always has been.
All right, good. Well, you can watch it again in 25 years from now.
That's fine.
All right, good. Anyways, let's get into a little bit of trivia here. Around the 2-hour, 30-minute mark, the elderly couple seen hugging on the bed while water floods their room, where the owners of Macy's department store in New York, Rosalie and Ida Strauss, and Isidore Strauss, both of whom died on the Titanic. Ida was offered a seat on a lifeboat but refused so that she could stay with her husband, saying, and I quote, "As we have lived together, so shall we die together," end quote. There was a scene filmed that depicted this moment, but was cut from the final version. It was Mrs. Strauss who originally said, and I quote, "Where you go, I go," end quote. That inspired Rose's same line in the film. After finding out that she had to be naked in front of Leonardo DiCaprio, Kate Winslet decided to break the ice, and when they first met, she flashed him. The scene set in 1912, the whole movie except the present-day scenes and the opening and ending credits, have a total length of 2 hours and 40 minutes, the exact time it took for the Titanic to sink.
Yes.
Also, the collision with the iceberg reportedly lasted 37 seconds, which is how long the collision scene is in the movie.
Yes.
Around the 2-hour and 35-minute mark, in the scene where the water comes crashing into the grand staircase room, the filmmakers had only one shot at it because the entire set and furnishings were going to be destroyed. At around the 1-hour, 26-minute mark, the hand scenes sketching Rose are not Leonardo DiCaprio's.
No, they're not. They're not.
But director James Cameron's in post-production. Cameron, who is left-handed, mirror imaged the sketching shots so the artist would appear to be right-handed like DiCaprio.
Yes.
We already talked about James Cameron went on 12 dives to the real Titanic.
Yes.
At around the 1-hour, 25-minute mark, when Jack is preparing to draw Rose, he says to her, and I quote, over on the bed, the couch, end quote. The line was scripted, lie on that couch, but Leonardo DiCaprio made an honest mistake, and James Cameron liked it so much he kept it in.
I thought so.
You thought so. You didn't think so. You didn't know any of that until I just said it.
I actually thought that was...
I'm giving you shit, okay? Just calm down. Easy. Oh, God. Oh, fuck. Somebody tell Ro in the Red 5 chatter to just get back to the show. I'll show the shirt off again because I got it still on. God. He wants to know who the hell Jason Rose is. That's fucking hilarious. Just tell Ro to jump back in our fucking show and I'll do it. You pay attention. At around 2 hours 15 minutes, many of the core extras and used for the movie took on characteristics of actual survivors. One scene where two little girls are loaded onto a lifeboat. The man says it's only for a little while. It's based on testimony from one of the girls who survived. The man also says in the scene, hold mommy's hand and be a good little girl, according to survivor Eva Hart. These were the last words her father said to her before the lifeboat she was in was lowered.
Yep.
Gloria Stewart, being only 86, she played older Rose.
Yes.
Was aged by makeup, so to play Rose at age 100, she did not find this a pleasant experience. She died in 2010 at age 100. R.I.P. Gloria Stewart. The scene in which Rose meets Jack to thank him for saving her life was improvised by the two actors at James Cameron's request. And this fitting scene was almost all ad lib. Cameron, who credits Kate Winslet with the writing the heart-wrenching, and I quote, "This is where we first met" line during the final sinking, as well as suggesting Rose spit on Cal's face rather than, as scripted, jab him with a hairpin. According to Billy Zane, they had to do so many retakes. He sort of went numb being spit on in the face, and Winslet started using lube because her saliva ran out.
Oh, man.
Most of the stuntmen in the engine room scenes were only about 5 feet tall to make the engine room look a lot bigger. That's what she said. You watching the chat?
Oh, yeah. All
right. Reportedly, James Cameron spoke to and personally provided each of the extras, at least 150 of them, with names and backstories of Titanic passengers. Due to the long theatrical run of the movie, Paramount Pictures had to send out replacement reels to theaters that had literally worn out their copies.
Yeah. Oh yeah, because it was such a high grossing movie.
At $200 million, the movie cost more than the Titanic itself. The cost to construct the ship in 1910 through 1912 was £1.5 million, equivalent to $7.5 million at the time, and about 120 to 150 million in 1997 dollars.
Uh-huh.
And that is, but think about it. But you go place the Titanic right next to like today's cruise liners,
Uh-huh.
and look how much bigger than fucking cruise liners are today compared to the Titanic.
Yeah, the cruise liners are little villages on the water.
Anyways, that's a little bit of the stuffs, the whatnot. I guess the only thing I want to talk about with the soundtrack itself, I had a great song by Celine Dion, "My Heart Will Go On."
We ain't gonna. Yeah, that was
used. That was actually a song that me and your sister used for our wedding.
We're not going there.
And you and your mother actually sang the song during the ceremony.
I was not going to have you go there.
Oh, I went there. Which once I get that videotape uploaded onto digital, I'll cut that part out and we'll throw it up.
No, absolutely not.
You sing fine, Kim. Anyways.
No, I don't.
What? Oh, God.
Little girl accidentally hit BYT, and so
What?
little girl actually accidentally hid BYT.
Oh.
So then she unhid him, and she said, "Sorry, BYT."
Hey, when the chat sometimes when the chat moves, it's easy to fucking do. I know this. It's all good. Anyways, I mean, for being a guy, I like this movie. You know, obviously when I finally did hear about it, I'm thinking the boat sank. It hits a fucking iceberg and it sinks. How long of a movie can you fucking literally write for that? You see it come along, boom, hits.
Hey,
but I'll give Cameron credit. He did do a pretty good job. Like I said, like we talked about, there are some scenes you just got to remember this story is fictional, wrapped around
live events,
real events. Where so at that point, with it being a fictional story, you do have kind of the
Hollywood take on it.
Well, not the Hollywood. Okay, but you have as a fictional story, you have the right to change history.
Yes, you do.
You know, and the thing to remember is not everything in the film that was done by the real people of the White Star Line or real people of the real people that were on the ship itself. Not a lot of that stuff was, you know, they weren't portrayed perfectly.
No, they weren't.
I mean, in my opinion, they made Molly Brown kind of weak.
Yeah.
When you go look up everything about the real Molly Brown,
she was a
spitfire and firecracker.
Yeah, in fact,
and the reason why they call her unsinkable Molly Brown, because she wouldn't take no for an answer.
No, and she told that. And in fact, when I did research on the Unsinkable Molly Brown, because after this movie, I was kind of curious about what was wrong and what was right about it, because I had heard different things. So when I looked up the Unsinkable Molly Brown, if I remember correctly, hopefully my memory serves me correctly, she actually told that crew member to back off, took the oars, and actually took the boat back there to see if she could get any of the survivors, if I remember correctly.
Go ahead, keep talking.
And then also too, after this whole Titanic thing, I was still interested on what exactly this boat was. So then I started looking up different little programs on it. And there was one program that they had like a shot of the crew and some of the journal entries from the actual crew that were saved by the survivors. And then later that year, they actually took us on a tour of exactly the dock that Titanic was docked at, the warehouse they built it, and they said you can actually see the actual blueprints of Titanic and the White Star Line. And then they said that the other thing that I actually looked up on is White Star. After the Titanic sank, they wanted to sue the families for the uniforms of the crew members that perished in the Titanic.
White Star Line?
Yeah, White Star Line wanted to sue the survivors of the victims for the cost of the uniforms that they wore. And then as I got dug deeper into this, not only was there an investigation across the pond on what happened, but there was also an American investigation too, because I believe there was about 10 to 15 Americans that were actually on Titanic the day that it sank. And so it became a whole big investigation here in America. And I can't remember the outcome of it. My memory don't serve me of the outcome of it. But it was like, it was just really, really cool to actually, I wasn't picking apart the movie per se. I just wanted to know more about the events around what happened and actually figure out, okay, what part of this movie was a story? What part of this movie was actual events is what I was trying to do, because I was so curious. I had always been curious about the Titanic. And so when I did this research on it through TV and other means of research, the full story actually came about, and it was actually quite interesting on how everything kind of came together. And then another little quick bit of knowledge that I learned is Titanic actually had a sister ship, and it was the Britannic, and that sunk about the same way this one sunk, because they couldn't keep them afloat at all. And then the other tidbit I learned about this too is the closest ship was the Carpathia, I believe. The one they actually...
Go ahead, keep talking.
The one that they actually came up on, but because they tried to warn Titanic... Because they tried to warn Titanic about the iceberg storm.
That's it.
They're over here.
Kim.
They're over here.
Okay, would you give it back on screen? Talk.
Well, you don't need what you got.
All right, anyways, let's kill this up because we're running into other shows.
Okay, so just to kind of wrap it up, just the other little tidbit of knowledge is the ships that were surrounding the Titanic turned their radios off and didn't hear the distress of the Titanic because Titanic originally didn't want to hear them.
Night Hector. Night Hector.
Night Hector. Night Luna Girl. Thanks everyone for joining us in the chat. Luna Girl, Dragon Buddy, Dawn, BYT, Hannah, Mikey. I noticed Colby joined us in the chat.
Can't take the camera with you. It's hooked to the fucking computer, Colby.
Thank you so much for joining us in the chat,
Anyways,
everybody.
Next week, what we got?
Next week coming up, we have the...
Anyways.
Let me get the episodes up.
Also, real quick, while we're bringing up the episodes, if you're still interested,
Mark your calendar and invite a friend or two. Get ready to learn recipes and tips to make meals outfill your lifestyle with some of Pampered Chef's best products. Don't miss out on the fun coming Friday, January 28th. New launch party for Pampered Chef for Kimberly. Copy the website off your screen. And also look down in the description for the link to Kimberly's launch party for Pampered Chef this Friday, January 28th.
all right. Anyway, so next week, Kim, what we got?
We got Groundhog Day with Bill Murray.
Right.
So we'll be covering Groundhog
Day.
That's a funny one too. So we'll be covering Groundhog Day next week. Tune in next week, same time, 5 o'clock. 5 o'clock our time.
You know, they make sugar for a fucking reason.
Anyway, tune in at 7 o'clock Eastern time, 5 o'clock Arizona time for our coverage on Groundhog Day. Again, if you like this video, give it a thumbs up and let us know in the comments what you thought of it. Again, thanks everyone who joined us in the chat. Luna Girl, Dragon Buddy, Dawn, Colby, Hannah, Mikey, Hector, Nicole, General Shinobi,
Roe, Backyard TARDIS. Let's see, Dragon Buddy. Did you say that one?
I don't know if I did.
All right. And if we forgot, we're sorry. We didn't mean to. But until next week, guys, have a great week.
And a great weekend.
Be kind to everyone. Peace. This is a fun